Hello everyone. Good morning. This hour-long practice will prepare the body to explore deeper back bends, such as Natarajasana, Kapotasana, and Vrischikasana, all advanced asana. Please take this slow, allowing for as many breaks as you need to maintain an even, steady breath rhythm. As this is advanced vinyasa, instruction will be less intricate, so listen to your body and remember that Shavasana is always a wonderful place to explore. As you're ready, find your steady ujjayi. Inhaling, interlace the fingers behind your low back. Lift the chest, lean back, keeping the legs firm, pressure through the feet. Exhale, draw the navel in and begin to rise a little bit higher through the sternum. Inhale again, lift up, and then exhale, fold over the legs. Stretch the knuckles up and overhead, keeping distance between the ears and the tops of the shoulders. The belly and the abdomen touch. And we'll move through this a few times with your breathing, so that as you inhale, you begin to press through the feet, rise up through the whole body, and lean back. You can elongate the neck, keeping space in the back of the neck and throat. And then with your next exhale, will be a slow and methodical diving action forward. Feel that hinge in the hip crease. Belly comes to the thighs first, then the ribs, then the chest, and maybe the head. Little bend in the knees for the first few rounds until you start to feel opening in the backs of the legs that doesn't cause strain. Let's try that one more time. As you inhale, follow the breath as it rises upwards through the body as you lift. Lean back. Open your heart, feel the shoulder blades supporting the back of the chest cavity. Little bend into the knees if you need. Opening the throat. And then exhale, you can dive forward. Stretching firmly through the knuckles. Feeling the neck cascade down like water. And then rise up. Stretch the arms to the ceiling. Palms together. And bring the hands to the heart, coming into your intention. With the feet inner hips distance apart, we'll take a creative vinyasa. Beginning the same way, interlace your fingers behind you, lean back, open your chest. Feel that there is not a crunchiness in your low back. And then exhale, begin to fold forward, bend in the knees, or straight legs if it's available, arms up and over. Inhale, release the fingertips to the floor by your feet and take the whole chest forward out of the belly. Exhale, step your right foot back, lower the knee, and let the hips scoot forward. Inhale, reach up through the fingertips, one vertical line. As you exhale, as if you are pressing a wall in front of you, press the hands forward, take the whole upper body back. Spine stays in the back bend. Inhale, hips come forward, widen the arms to cactus arms or goalpost. And then exhale, bring the hands to the floor, step back into plank pose. Couple of breaths here, feeling the breath move through that long line of your body from the heels through the center to the crown of your head. Press down through the thumb knuckles and maintain that pressure. And on your exhale, bend the elbows, pointing them back. Begin to lower through chaturanga dandasana. Collarbones are wide. Inhale, roll over the toes, pointing them back into Urdhva Mukha, upward facing dog. Then exhale, roll over the toes, lifting with the hips into down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. A few sweet breaths here, filling out the seams of the body, the sides of the waist and ribs, wrapping the triceps back. Feeling the thighs move back towards the thigh bone. And then looking forward, lift the hips, step your left foot forward and lower the right knee. Inhale, same thing. The arms will rise up, reaching through the fingertips. And exhale, press the palms as if pressing into a wall in front of you. Lean back, the hips will move over that right knee like camel pose preparation, Ustrasana variation. Inhale, hips move forward into Anjaneyasana as the arms widen. Cactus arms. Hands to the mat. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, interlacing the fingers. Inhale, lengthen your spine first, and fold. And with your subsequent inhale, interlace your fingers behind your back, rise up, and go straight into that back bend. Remember, the legs stay firm. Low ribs draw in, back of the heart, front of the heart, fill with breath. Then exhale, dive right back down. Let the head release towards the mat, the knuckles reach up and over. Inhale, hands to the floor, long spine, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale the left foot back into your lunge, knee down, shin down, toes point. Inhale, reach the arms up, stretch through the whole spine to the fingertips. Exhale, press the hands forward, take the whole body back, lean back, hips over the back knee. Inhale, cactus arms, widen the chest, hips forward. Exhale, hands down around the front foot, step to plank pose. 2 to 3 breaths here. Finding a little bit of action in the pelvis. So notice what it's like to stick your butt up and then to draw the front of the hip bones in. Find that place where you can have as much control in the center of your core as possible. And then follow an exhale to lower through Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping the collarbones open and the heart wide, and maintaining firm pressure through all of the knuckles of the hands. Inhale into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. The gaze can rise, keep the neck long. Exhale, lift from the hip crease, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 to 5 breaths here. Establishing or re-establishing that smooth Ujjayi pranayama. Ujjayi doesn't need to be loud, just smooth. Filling the belly, filling the chest, filling the upper region of the head, neck, and shoulders. Inhaling, lift the heels. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Maybe you bring the knee to the nose first. Left shin lowers down. Inhale, arms rise up. Press the hands forward, keeping the arms vertical, and lean back. Whole body moves back. Back bend is continuous through the leg and the spine. Inhale, cactus arms, hips forward. Exhale, step forward to fold Uttanasana. Big toes touch. Inhale, Ardha. Lengthen your spine, please. Keep the weight forward in the front of your feet. And exhale, Uttanasana. Fold down. Inhale, interlacing the fingers behind the back of the body. Rise up, lean back. Exhale. Stand tall. Hands to the heart. Second round. Interlace the fingers behind you. Lean back. Open the chest. Standing back arch. Exhale. Fold forward, Uttanasana, arms up and over. Inhale, hands down, long spine. Exhale, right foot back, knee to the floor. Inhale, reach the arms up, tall vertical line. Exhale, lean back, press the hands forward. Inhale, cactus arms as you take the left thigh towards the left hand. Inhale, wrap the right arm under the left in Garudasana arms and lift the arms up, little back bend. Exhale, hips draw back as you hollow the belly. Hollowing the belly, draw the navel in, elbows towards the navel, and then move through this vinyasa a few times. The inhale, arms rise up, hips forward. Exhale, hips back, elbows in. Inhale, move the arms forward and up. And exhale. Cat spine, take your eagle arms towards your belly. In, arms rise up one more time. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Couple of breaths. Finding that slight melt in the front of the sternum towards the thighs. Lift the heels. Lower knees, chest, chin as you come through plank. Stay a breath. And then inhale, Bhujangasana or Cobra. So preparing that thoracic spine for deeper back bends, look up. And as you are ready, exhale, move back through all fours to Adho Mukha, downward facing dog. Throughout the rest of the practice, you can take Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, chin, instead of Chaturanga. Inhale, step your left foot forward, lower the right knee, let the hips move forward. With your next breath in, stretch the arms up. Exhale, take the hips back, arms forward. Inhale, goalpost the arms, hips moving into your deeper lunge. And then exhale, eagle arms right under the left. Inhale, back bend, hips forward, arms up. Exhale, elbows in, hips back, hollow the belly. Again, inhale, back bend, open. Exhale, hollow, hips back. Keep pressure through the right shin. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hollow. Now inhale, hands to the mat, unwinding them. Lift the back knee. Exhale, step forward to fold Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, interlace the fingers. Stretch knuckles back, standing back arch. Exhale, dive forward, preparing for the other side. Hands to the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, lengthen. Exhale, left foot back, knee to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, body back, press the hands forward. Inhale, widen the elbows in your lunge. Exhale, left arm under the right in eagle arms, Garudasana. Inhale, back bend, arms up. Exhale, hollow the belly, hips back, elbows in. Feel the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, hollow, bringing all of your attention into the deep core muscles. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, hollow, squeeze the breath out. Inhale, once more, back bend. Shoulder blades support the back of the heart. And exhale, hands to the mat. Step through plank and lower Chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Bhujangasana or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. A couple of breaths. Keeping the triceps wrapped towards the face, you can pulse the heart towards the upper thighs, creating that melting action between the shoulder blades. Avoid pinching the shoulder blades together. And with your exhale, shifting forward, knees, chest, chin, 8 points to the floor. Full prostration. Inhale. You'll come into Bhujangasana, maintaining the connection of your pubic bone to the mat. Firm connection of the shin bones down. Exhale, moving through all fours into Adho Mukha Svanasana, leading with the hip crease. Almost done. With this side. Inhale, heels rise up. And you can bring them towards the floor again. Noticing how much more space there is. Next inhale, step the right foot forward and lower the left knee in your exhale. Inhale, the arms rise up. Exhale, hips back, heart up and back. Inhale, goalpost arms, hips forward. And exhale, eagle arms left under the right. Inhale, reach the arms up and away from the face. Exhale, hollow the belly, hips back, elbows in. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, curl in. Tension in the navel. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, draw it in again. Bring the hands to the floor. Inhale, back knee rises. And then exhale, step forward to fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up, interlace the fingers behind you, lean back, open the chest. And exhale, hands to the heart. Samasthiti, steady standing. Notice the warmth, the blood circulating through your body. Ease in your breathing. Moving into standing balance, ground the right foot, lift your left knee. Holding on to the left big toe or the back of the thigh with your left hand. Extend the heel forward, stay tall and steady in your right leg. Uttitasana, lift the spine up, broaden through the collarbone even more than I'm doing here. Lift the base of your skull. Now as we start to move the leg out, you'll want to rotate the heel in slightly, the inner left thigh up, and then take that left thigh out to the side, the whole left leg. If it feels more accessible to bend the knee and hold the back of the thigh, do so. The idea here is to widen the front of the body. Maintain pressure through your right big toe knuckle. Feel the breath radiate in all directions. And then exhale, draw the leg back through center. Reach the right hand for the left heel bone and stretch, reach through that left hand. Take it back. Creating one horizontal line, wrist to wrist, vertical line, right heel to crown of the head. Lift up. If you feel balanced and steady, you can take your gaze towards the left side or even over your left thumb. On an inhale, bring the left leg, or left arm rather, back to meet the left leg. Lift it high, keep the spine tall. And then release the leg, moving into Virabhadrasana 3. Hold the hips. Feel that there is width across the sacrum. Reach through the back leg, forward through the crown of the head. Tonify the inner thighs. And then exhale, stepping into your crescent lunge. The back foot lands rather. Reach the breath vigorously up through the arms. You can bring the hands together in prayer and hold, or bring the thumbs to the back of your heart, lying your head into your forearms. With your next exhale, opening to warrior 2. So the left heel spins down so that the foot is nearly parallel with the short side of your mat. There is width across the pelvis, a slight curvature through the spine. No tucking of the tailbone, please. Inhale, reverse, Parshva Virabhadrasana, right arm up. Finding the stretch to the right side body. Sitting down a little deeper with each exhale. Dragging the feet towards each other. Inhale, straighten the legs, parallel the feet. Heels slightly out, toes in, hands to the waist. Take the elbows back as you begin to fold in Prasarita Padottanasana. Wide straddle. Crown of the head seeks the floor. If it easily comes to the floor, you can narrow your stance. There's a slight rotation of the inner thighs, more internally. Sitting bones will widen, but start to lift your hamstrings up the back of your legs. With the crown of the head soften into the mat. Hands to the mat, lengthen Ardha. And then exhale, roll around into a lunge, lowering the right knee so that you're now facing the opposite side of your mat. The left knee will bend. As you rise up, you can stay here, moving that left thigh, or you can take that base vinyasa again. Arms up, take the spine back as you exhale. Inhale into those wide cactus arms. Now from here, I'm going to keep my hips over my right knee, maintain pressure in my left big toe. Take my gaze back, try to look at my right or my back foot. And then bring my hands together in prayer, try to bring the forearms to touch. Interlace the last 3 fingers and stretch the knuckles back. If I start to lose my breath, I come forward. And then moving into mermaid, a variation on Ekapada Kapotasana, bringing the right foot into the right elbow crease, keeping the shoulders square towards the short edge of the mat. And then taking the left arm up or even reaching it around so the fingers connect. Svadhisthana is in place, drawing the skin between your two front hips, back and in. And then exhale, hands to the mat. Now inhale, stretch your left leg up and back into a 3-limb dog, finding a reach through the big toe. The hands can walk back a little bit if it feels accessible. Lower your forearms down, maintaining a parallel line between the two. Firm pressure through the hands and through the thumb side of each forearm. Try to squeeze your mat a little bit with your elbows so that your hands stay just as wide as your elbows. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, curl, knee to nose. Step to plank. Inhale, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana or Bhujangasana. And exhale, Adha Mukha Svanasana, the way you choose to arrive. Deep, steady Ujjayi breaths. There's a lot of energy flowing upwards when we have this depth into the back bend sequence. So just take a moment to gather your awareness right back into the midline of your body. How the breath ebbs and flows from this place. Little hop. We're not doing mini hops today, so this should feel interesting. Lift your heels up, bend your knees, look past your hands, and then exhale, widen the thighs as you step forward or hop forward around your palms. Coming into Malasana. Palms together, heels press down and forward, toes press down and back. You can let the arms drop down or keep them in prayer. The inner thighs are widening. Maintain a slight sway in the low back. There's a tendency to tuck the seat under and just let the back round. Keep the sitting bones reaching behind you slightly. Inhale, reach the arms up, stand tall, step your feet together. Moving to the other side, new perspective. Stepping down into the left foot, lift your right knee. Hook the big toe with your peace fingers or the back of the thigh with your palm and stretch the leg forward. Uttita Hasta Padangustasana, standing big toe balance. Lift the spine, stand tall. There's energy through that left arm. Now slight internal rotation of your right thigh as you take the leg out to the side. So you'll lift, it's not internal rotation, it's external rotation. You'll lift the inner right thigh up, heel can press slightly forward, and then there's a lot of space across the arms. Really reach through the hands, offer your breath all the way out through the layers of your skin. Inhale brings the leg forward again. Reach your left hand for your right heel. Stretch the right arm back as you exhale, squeezing the breath out. Stand tall through the left thigh. Broaden the chest, firm pressure through your left big toe. Notice the messages that you send yourself if you fall. That's more intriguing often than just perfecting the balance. And bringing the right arm forward, inhale, lift the leg up a little bit higher. And then as you're ready, release the leg, slowly stretch it back. Try not to let it be a slingshot. Control it from the hip socket into Warrior 3. Take your time, please. Energy through the right big toe and the right heel. Keep the center of your glutes toned and then step back into your crescent lunge. Arms reach up. Vibrant, vigorous energy reaching through the arms. Hips can move forward. Little pulsations until you find your sweet spot. And exhale. Open up. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Traditional alignment may be front heel to back thigh.
I'm not sure about that.
But you take it where you can feel that the left knee and the left big toe or the left second toe are facing the same direction with ease. Parshva Virabhadrasana as you inhale, reverse, opening the side body. And then straighten the legs, parallel the feet. This time interlace the hands behind you, opposite thumb on top, or bring your hands into a reverse prayer, reverse undulate as you begin to fold. A little bend into the knees if it's hard for you to access the strength in your inner thighs. No tugging on the hamstrings. Rather than rounding your spine here, if that is what's happening, then just bring your hands down and find length through your spine, almost like Ardha Uttanasana. inhale, lengthen the spine. And you can again switch to interlacing the fingers over you. Don't worry about getting your hands to touch the floor behind you. That will happen if it happens. It doesn't make you a better human being. It certainly doesn't make you a better yogi. Hands come down. Roll around until you find a lunge facing the original front of your mat. The right knee is bent. Leveling the hips, leveling the heart towards the front of your mat. And then again, you can stay or inhale, arms rise. Exhale, take the body back. Press the palms forward. And then take your gaze to the spot where the wall and the ceiling meet, or the center of the wall behind you, or the spot where the baseboard and the floor meet, or maybe even to your back heel. Bring your hands together in prayer, your forearms together. Interlace the last 3 fingers, reach. And as you're ready, bring the arms forward, hips forward, coming into your mermaid. That variation on Kapotasana. It's a nice mouthful. Elbow wraps the left foot. Right arm reaches up and back, somewhat like Gomukhasana arms. Except that there's a different rotation in your left shoulder. And then when you are ready, release the hands. Step the right foot up and back into Virabhadrasana. Or not Virabhadrasana, 3-legged dog. Seeking that Hanumanasana-like action through the legs. Not so much that it creates imbalance in your SI, but so much that you can feel energy reaching from the pelvis. And then forearms can lower down. Eventually, the hips will stack over the shoulders and that left leg will lift. From there, if you'd like to kick up, or not kick, float up into Pijamadarasana, you're more than welcome to try. We're going to go there basically eventually, but it's a good opportunity to explore. Right knee to the nose, and then exhale, length to knees, chest, chin, or Chaturanga Dandasana. I'm choosing knees, chest, chin because we are preparing for deeper back bends from here. Taking a few moments here, or vinyasing right on through into Bhujangasana or Shalabhasana. And then exhale, just come back to sit onto your shins. If you need a downward facing dog in the interim, take it. So 2 options here. Vajrasana, bringing the knees together and sitting the heel onto the heel bones, or Virasana. So in order to find Virasana, the knees need to be in a state of good health. Okay? To get the seat lower down between the feet, you can widen the calf muscles back and out, and then draw the back of the hamstrings under and in towards each other, as I'm going to show here. So the back of the calf muscles move back and out, and then I wiggle my hamstrings down inside those calf muscles. The inner edges of each foot wrap around the outer hips. It's like a geometrical shape. Your body's just meant to fit together in that way. The hands can come to the feet. You can lean back onto your forearms. This is a really good pose post-meals. So after you eat, it's good for your digestion, helps get things moving, assimilating. Oftentimes the suggestion is to sit in this pose if the knees are healthy, anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes after every meal, especially if you deal with any digestive disorders, which is very common in our world today. If you have the space, you are welcome to lean all the way back, making sure that the knees don't widen out too far. There might be a slight separation between the knees of a couple of inches. As long as that doesn't create strain in your knee, then that is okay. But the idea is to maintain the connection of the inner thighs and knees. And what I'm doing here is I'm stretching my arms up and pressing the hands toward each other as if there was a block, and then placing my hands like Urdhva Dhanurasana preparation, like wheel pose. So the hands are slightly behind the shoulders, elbows point back, and the arms are parallel to each other. I'm pressing my hands down, and then I'm trying to press the mat towards the baseboard that I can see. So the back of the mat. Now you can stay there, or you can start to work towards Kapotasana, pressing the hands down, keeping the forearms parallel, and lifting up. You can take another step by lowering the forearms, walking the hands back in line with the ears, elbows in, press up. Do that as many times as you are comfortable with, assuring that there is strength through the inner thighs and that this isn't going into your low back, but that the back bend is continuous all the way through the spine. If you can hold on to the sides of your feet, then try to walk your fingertips up towards your heels. Hold the top of the heel bone with both hands. Straighten the arms as you lift your chest, and then bend the elbows down and towards each other so that the head lands between the inner edges of the feet. Again, this is a great example of a shape that feels amazing once all of the component pieces have put together. Don't do it if it's torturous. You need to have your teacher with you. As you're ready, just come to sit in Vajrasana, so sitting onto the heels, thighs together. Studying your breath. That's a big pranavayu booster. It should feel like there's a depth to your inhale, a lot of radiance across the heart space. You may feel energized. A little easy twist, nothing too severe. You don't want to remove the effect of where you've just been. You're just bringing your spine a little bit back into balance, bringing attention back to that midline channel. As we move forward, if you need Shavasana anytime, please take it. It's a good shape to be in, to assimilate the information in your body from all the shapes you've taken. Stepping into plank. I'm going to take Vrischikasana, so side plank on the right side, spin the heels to the right, lift the hips slightly, stretch the left arm up. Keep the sides of the body stacked, pressure through the right thumb. And then lift the left knee. You can bring your left hand to the front of that kneecap. Press them into each other so that there's even more lift through the pelvis. Staying here, or step the left foot behind you. Radiate the right hip and right side body up. Spin on your right hand. Place your hands like wheel pose. Step the feet parallel to one another, and then start to rock. Press the chest towards the front of your mat. Rock onto your toes. Chest forward, legs back. Chest forward, legs back. You can take little hops. And then if you have room to stand up, stand up. Press down through the feet. Now facing the back of your mat again. Interlace the fingers behind you, lift the chest, lean back, and exhale, fold forward. If you didn't just go into that side plank lift, just step to the back of your mat and take it from here. We're going to all arrive in downward facing dog, facing the back. So nothing too fancy. And then taking the side plank to the other side. So we'll come to plank. Shoulders roughly over the wrist. Spin the heels to the left. Tone the inner thighs. Lift the hips. Reach the right arm up. Telescope that upper rib up and out. And then draw the right knee up. Hold the kneecap with the right hand. Press the two together. This will give you more and more and more lift. Option to step the right foot behind the left knee slowly. Reach the right arm back. Follow the thumb with the gaze. Pivot the hands like wheel pose. And then step the feet parallel. Little rocking action. You can come to your fingertips. If you did Kapotasana and you're feeling pretty healthy in the spine, that should feel pretty accessible. Now I take my heels in and toes out slightly so that I can access the glutes. For some people that creates tension in the low back. So be very mindful of why you do what you do. What is the effect? Stepping to the front of your mat, regardless of where you are, just take a moment, please. Come back into your intention. It's very easy to get lost in the ego, in the desire to seek these postures. but come back into what's the experience? What's the underlying effect? What are you learning about yourself? Make contact, hand to heart, hand to belly. Stepping into your right foot, bend your left knee, take it behind you, and reach your left hand for the inner edge of the shin. The right arm reaches up and then presses down as it reaches forward, so there's resistance. The shin presses into the hand. It's a great place to stay. Or, like you're picking up a server tray, take your left hand out to the side, hold on to the top of your foot, spin your left elbow forward and up. Make sure that inner left thigh is rotating up towards the ceiling. And then option to take the right arm up. Walk the left hand down the right arm until you find your left leg. Both hands can hold the foot. When you're ready, bring that right knee forward, cactus the arms, feel that width. Little Garudasana arms just to find a little bit of reprieve in the back of the chest. Right arm under the left. You can pause the video at any time to revisit that. I know we've moved through it quickly. Remember, this is an advanced practice, so not as much instruction. Take the right leg back into Untitled. Hold the inner edge of that right shin, left arm up. Press down and forward. Kick the shin into the hand. Option to lean forward, keeping strength in the deep core muscles and in the center of your left glutes. If you're taking the grip flip, pick up that left foot like it's a waitress or waiter's tray. Draw the right tricep forward, elbow up. Kick the foot into the hand. Inner thigh rises, and then the left hand walks down the right arm until you find the foot, or as close to it as you are going to get today. Try to bring the elbow points towards each other, so the shoulder blades aren't pinching. And then when you are done, lift that right knee. Step the foot down, take a moment's pause. Garudasana arms the left under the right if that feels appropriate. Remember, all of these shapes are just shapes unless there is breath filling them out. Let the breath be the point. As you're ready, start to lower all the way down onto your back. You can be creative or just come to a seat. And then easy twist towards your right. Take both knees together over to the right side. Pick up your right shoulder and walk it towards your knees a little. Open the arms. Won't be here long. Just enough to bring balance back towards the center. Awareness back towards the center of the body. If you are taxed for time or stretched for time, this is a great place to pause. Take 10 breaths on both sides in your twist. Draw the knees towards your chest. And I would recommend taking your legs up the wall. Unless it's very early in the morning and you have a lot of things to do and this energy is helpful for you, take your legs up the wall just to calm the nervous system down from those deeper back bends. If you're moving on both sides in your twist, just a few breaths. Calming down. Yourself a little hug. And then widening the legs, lifting them up, widening them out into a straddle. Interlace your hands behind your head. Inhale, and then exhale, lift up. Hollow out the belly as you do so, holding the breath out. And then fill the belly, release it. Inhale, lean back. Exhale, curl up, hollow the belly. Relax the abdominal tissue. Inhale and lean back. Exhale, rise up again. Empty the breath, hold it out, hollow the belly. Relax the belly. Inhale, lift up, reach through the legs. Awareness in the solar plexus. Breathing smoothly, lifting with each exhale. And then lift the legs, rise into Navasana, boat pose. Staying here for 5 to 10 breaths. If you'd like, you can lower into Naukasana, sometimes called Ardha Navasana, and then inhale, rise up into Navasana a few times. And after a few breaths, step back, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, come to your knees and sit back. Preparing for what may be seen as peak pose, although it's very clear that we've had more than one. Vrischikasana. Start just by bringing your elbows down onto the floor like you're watching TV when you're a kid, and bring your hand into your face, or your face into your hands. And just focusing on the space between your shoulder blades melting, so the sternum melts down. Keep pressure in your shins so that there can be ease in the spine. If there's room, maintaining that melting action. Your elbows will walk forward and in a little bit. Keep the triceps wrapping towards the floor. And then again, if there's more space, you can lower the chest down and the chin down. There's a variation of Anahatasana. Anahata is the chakra at the center of the chest. It is the plexus where it is said that the individual soul, Jivatman, exists, radiates from this place. It's also the seat of prana. And as you're ready, you could stay there longer. Take it into either Pincha Mayurasana, just so there's straight vertical inversion, or into Vrischikasana. I'm just showing here that instead of melting the chest completely or pushing the chest away completely, as you move into this shape, you want to find the space between. Start by lifting your favorite leg. As you lift it, it should feel as if that is your anchor, that's your lever. You're reaching it so much that you just float both legs up. Now, as the legs arrive in your vertical lift, pause, widen the feet out. Slight rotation of the heels in to access the glutes, and then firm reach through the inner thighs as you charge the legs back towards the front of the mat. Keep your gaze lifted beyond your brow, and then when you find that there is not any more reach to the legs that you can muster, bend the knees. Press down through the forearms to lift the head up, and then melt the space between the shoulder blades. Squeeze the glutes, bring the feet towards the head. This is often the pose where we think we just need a bigger bun or a longer neck. When you're ready, try to squeeze the legs together, lift them back up, sacrum over the head. You can split the legs to come back down, or you can keep them together in a pike. So again, pausing the video if need be. We're going to do this one more time with a second variation. Remembering that even just the process of getting one leg up high enough so that your other leg floats is a big challenge. So try not to push too far. I don't want to see, if I were in your living room, I would not want to see any kicking action, because what that does is it brings us into the low back, which is already a very bendy place, very easily injured. So you want to find that the lift comes from the strength of your core and the stacking of your bones. Okay. Second side. This is my troublesome side, but I learned to love it. Come forward. I'm going to lift my opposite leg. From there, lift, 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 lift. Come to the tips of your other toes, and the tiniest little hop. Hips over the shoulders, legs together, squeeze them. Find vertical line, and then widen the thighs a little bit. Reach through the inner lines of the legs. I'm imagining here that my toes could touch my altar, which is that fireplace over there. Trying to get my toes to touch the altar, touch, 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 and my chest to charge the opposite direction. Now my chest moves towards my head, and I slowly shift my gaze, chin to chest, and the feet come to the floor. This is very much like Kapotasana, which is that first deep back bend we were in. So I'm walking my feet towards my hands. Maybe I hold my feet with my hands. And then I'm going to come right back up, lower the knees down, take a leap of faith, sit onto the heels. Knees can be wide or together. The point here is just to find a moment to pause and observe the effect of where you've been. Again, pause the video if you'd like to try one more round. Make sure that you're not just trying and fatiguing yourself. Little Bhairava-jasana twist, right foot into the inner left thigh, hold the right knee with the left hand, twist the spine, right shoulder back, and my gaze goes over my front shoulder towards my left knee. Calming down, keeping the eyeball gaze steady on the left kneecap. Smooth, easy breathing. Lift up, switch my right heel to the outside of my right hip, left foot into the right thigh, and twist the other way. My right hip will rise a little bit, that's okay. Yours might too. Take my gaze over my right shoulder towards the right knee. The eyes focus, but be relaxed. It actually affects the brain. Try to relax the center of your brain. Come forward. Both legs forward. Bring the soles of your feet together and widen your knees into Baddha Konasana, or bound angle pose. Press the outer edges of your feet together. What this will do is allow the hip, or the thigh bone, to descend in the hip socket, which will widen the thighs a little bit more. You can hold the outer edges of your feet with your hands. If you'd like, you can begin to fold forward, drawing the elbows back and down towards the thighs, keeping the spine long, and moving the chest past the toes. Staying upright will bring a sense of awareness to the midline, back to your steady point. Breathe the belly wide. Breathe the chest wide. Janushirsasana, right foot into the left thigh. Press forward through the left big toe. And folding over the leg, maintaining length in your low back. Janushirsasana is a misnomer. It's not really head to knee. The directionality of this is chin to shin. But don't bring your chin to your shin or even your head to your knee if the belly is lifted off of the thigh. Keep length first. Prioritize the length. Keep pressure of your right foot into your left thigh and vice versa. Calming the body, calming the mind and the breath. Rise up and sit in dandasana, or staff pose, the legs together, the hands pressed down beside the hips. Feel as if the seat gets lighter, spine taller. And then switch to the other side. Left foot into the inner right thigh. Spin your left calf up and pull your left thigh down and back. And then begin to fold. Take your time. There's so much to be learned in just the journey of arriving at your place. And I don't really even like edge, because the word edge tends to make people move or ask people to move towards their deepest sensation, which isn't always the most valuable place to explore. Sometimes there's a lot more to be learned in the space just before you push. Up on your breath in, straighten both legs, sitting in dandasana again. Now you may choose, particularly if this is later in the day, to take Paschimottanasana from here, which is just a forward fold with the legs together, reaching the hands towards the feet. Or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my legs up the wall. So my mat will come to the wall. If you have a blanket, you can place the blanket underneath your sacrum, just along the baseboard. And then I bring my left hip to the wall, to the baseboard. Bring my right elbow down, lie onto my back, and sweep my legs up. If you have a friend with you, you might ask them to place something heavy, like a block or even a sandbag, onto your feet. Ground energy down. The elevation of the hips on a blanket or a bolster will make this more of an inversion. And just with the hands on the belly, start by tuning into your abdominal breathing, not letting it be too severe or intense, but just sweet and full. Let your mind focus on the breath without trying to push any thoughts away. Thoughts will come and go. This is the nature of thought. This is the nature of mind. There is movement. And the less we resist that movement, the more that the mind is willing to actually focus. Less tension, more ease. This is not to say that it is ideal to follow your thoughts or to attach to them or to create a narrative around them. Just notice one as it comes. Let it pass. Another will come and it will pass. Always come back to your breathing. Start to let the line of your skin and the space around you blur a little bit. So it's no longer like you're just breathing in your body, but that you're breathing through the pores of your skin. Eventually let the concentration on the breath be less severe, less intense, and just bring your attention to the source of the breath. the place where it originates and returns. Not the air, but the energy that drives it, the seat of that energy. And as your attention rests there in the heart, the center of your chest, take rest. If you prefer to bring the legs down into Shavasana on your back, you're more than welcome to. Choose to stay here in Shavasana. Or slowly bring attention back to the breath and come towards a comfortable seat without trying to change anything other than the position of your body. You may take Gyan Mudra or Chin Mudra, connecting the tip of the thumb to the index finger. And watch watch the breath radiate outwards from the heart as you inhale, and come home to the heart as you exhale. Just as you breathe, without controlling it, watch the breath move out and in. Move out and in. Stay there as long as the mind is steady. And the mind fluctuates. Palms to the heart. Namaste.